talking a lot.
I drank 3 IPAs in the process of not drinking.
What is up? What is up, guys? This is Mark with the Mic, and this is another Shell Shock podcast by Red Cyclo Inc. I'm Mark with the Mic. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
I am in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
And today's cast, we are reviewing the verdict of Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which, when the comic came out, I was like shocked to even like have that, like a possibility where Batman.
There's a dope team.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like the Ninja Turtles are from New York, Batman's from Gotham. Gotham's outside of New York. Metropolis is outside of New York.
Gotham is kind of like a hybrid of New York. It's like a New York-Chicago hybrid.
Well, Gotham is in a lot of things is in the Hudson. It's basically Randall Island.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a humongous city.
Yeah.
So Metropolis would be outside of this, but there is other superheroes in New York, in DC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. Like the concept of it. Like don't get me wrong, the comics was cool. I read Volume 1. I own Volume 1, and you know what I mean. The team up and everything like that is cool. Just in a logical sense of the comic book world, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Actually, I felt like honestly, this is like probably the closest team we get of Batman and Daredevil because the Turtles are kind of based on the Daredevil stuff. So it's kind of like the little mix of the two. In that way, I actually think the team up is interesting. I kind of liked how they did, because in the end of the day, most people like when people look at the Turtles, they look at them kind of being adults and being fully masters of their craft and all that shit. And
but they're not.
They're fucking kids. They're 15 years old, 16 years old.
They're going through puberty.
Yeah. So they're still learning, and they still have lots to learn. So basically, they're still in training. So whenever I see I follow the superhero beatdowns and things like that, and they put like Raphael versus Wolverine, I was like, Raphael don't have a chance against Wolverine. And because I was like,
not too many people have a chance against Wolverine.
But I was just in general, it's like, yeah, he could probably hold his own for a little while, but after a while, like Wolverine's experience will fucking take over on Raphael.
Yeah, well, his healing factor alone, you know what I mean? Like,
and experience. Fucking, the dude's like 100-some years old.
Well, in this specific team up right here, Batman gets the upper hand on all fucking 4 of them.
Yeah, because,
you know what I mean?
Again, he's more experienced fighter. Like, he has a lot more experience. As in Batman, he's probably in his mid-30s.
I would say late 30s probably.
Late 30s. So basically,
because Damien's in it, so
yeah. So he'll be like going toward. He'll probably be in like his like maybe early 40s, late 30s.
Yeah, so, he already went through Dick Grayson and
Jason Todd because they mentioned Jason Todd being dead. And then
exactly. So
Tim Drake probably exists as well, but honestly, in animated movies, he never really exists, and depending on which movie you watch. But yeah, so basically, Batman's probably in the late 40s and stuff like that. So the experience of Batman becoming Batman around 18, 19 years old, and then him learning all these abilities and becoming Batman and all that shit. So yeah, he has a lot of fucking time in his hand, kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got experience. You know what I mean? Where the Turtles are fresh off the press. You know what I mean? They've been training to be ninjas since they were kids, but they didn't really have like Batman. He dove in head first. You know what I mean? Like Splinter. It was Splinter training the Turtles.
And it also depends. And also then it also goes into the description of what source they're doing it from. They're doing it a Splinter being a human to a rat, or the rat learning from the human and things like that. So it depends on the interaction and what version of the Splinter it is as well.
Yeah, I feel you.
Turtles have a lot of storylines.
Well, they got to keep recreating it to keep the interest alive. Ninja Turtles need to be around forever. Batman already stood the test of time.
Yeah, it's over 100 years old. Oh,
you know what I mean?
100 years old.
Well, it's getting there. He's starting in the 30s. Yeah. So, Turtles has been here since what, 83? 84?
83.
Yeah, so, we got We got 30 years, 30 plus years of the Turtles, where we have 70, 80 years of Batman.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they just celebrated 80 years of the Joker recently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool concept of them teaming up and how it was brought about. You know what I mean? Like how they were introduced to each other.
Yeah. I like the
cool.
fact that they exist in each other's world. It wasn't like someone came out of a different timeline and things like that. They just happened to exist in the same world. They just heard the urban legends of each city.
Yeah. Well, Batman didn't really know about the Turtles. The Turtles knew about Batman. Though.
No, Batman knew about Shredder and the Foot.
Well, he didn't know that was Shredder's name, though.
No, he didn't know. No, he didn't know Shredder's name, but he knew about the Foot. He knew about the legend of the Foot. As in, the Turtles knew about Batman because they heard the urban legend. They always thought it was an urban legend of a man being a bat taking to take.
They didn't know that he was Batman. That was his name. Like in this movie, they do the research.
Yeah.
To find it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they existed in each other's worlds, and that was the one thing I was just hinting at. Like they both existed in their worlds and whatnot. So you pretty much have Shredder in the beginning. Pretty much like when this movie started, you pretty much see the Foot Soldiers and I think it was Batgirl with Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
Or Batgirl was in the facility with Baxter Stockman, and they saw.
She wasn't dressed as Batgirl. No. She was just Barbara.
Yeah. So basically, she was dressed. I honestly thought it was April for a second.
I did too.
I thought it was April O'Neil.
Until she went back and told Batman about what happened.
Same here. So I was like, yo, is that April? Because if you ever watched the 2003 series of Ninja Turtles, April's a scientist. She's not a reporter. So she kind of dressed exactly what Barbara dressed like inside the science facility and shit like that.
They continue to mess up April shit. That's all I've gathered throughout all of our cast so far.
Again, they always change things up with the Ninja Turtles, the origins stuff like that. They always play around with it and always like change things up and whatnot. So they find a threat of mutagen and stuff like that. But I just want to go into the cast real fast. This is a brand new cast of people talking the characters that I haven't actually heard before.
I looked it up and there wasn't too many. The guy who plays Alfred, I know.
Troy Baker, which is the voice of Batman, he talks Joel in Last of Us. He's also done Joker before in Batman Origins. He has done... Actually, he was Penguin in Batman Arkham Asylum. And Two-Face.
I think that he did a good Batman voice. He has a very Conroy sound to him. You know what I mean?
Eric Bazua. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Oh no, that was really it.
Okay. Eric Bazua talked Leonardo. Darren Creese talked Raphael. Colin Mooney talked Michelangelo. And Baron Vaughn talked Donatello. I do not know who any of these people are. Actually, no. I think I know Darren Creese. He was in that American Horror Show, the one with the clown.
Freak Show.
Yeah, he was in that one. And then you had some of the other characters. You had Joe DiMaggio as Mr. Freeze. If you know him as Bender from Futurama.
Yes, I do. Which I have not dove down into Futurama a lot, but I've watched enough episodes to know who the hell Bender is.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Bender is by now, you're fucking living underneath a rock.
Right. So yeah, that's the cast of characters. I was kind of a little seeing that this was a post-production with Nickelodeon and stuff like that, and this came out during the run of 2012 series. I was hoping for the voice actors of the 2012 series, just because
But it was a Warner Brothers. It was a joint thing. It was Warner Brothers and Nickelodeon.
But usually they'll get the people that are currently talking to Turtles to do so. So, she informs Batman about the Foot Clan, Wayne, who fights the Foot Clan and Wayne Enterprises. Fuck like that shit. Yeah.
Well, not April. Barbara.
Yeah.
She's there basically investigating. She's trying to see what's going on, and they get attacked.
Yeah.
By the Foot, and then before she was able, and she says it to Batman, before I went into Batgirl mode.
Yeah.
It was done and over with. Like, she didn't know what the hell was going on. So that was a very quick scene, but that's how it like started off.
Yeah. And then pretty much even before Batman comes in, he fights the foot soldiers and stuff like that, and then he meets Shredder. Shredder and him go into a really good fight. Like that was, I like the fight scenes in this movie were really dope. I actually liked most of the fight scenes. The funniest one was with Robin and Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, no, I agree. I because he was like the only person that was like his size. He
Yeah.
But Baxter Stockman, you know, he had like a revelation.
Yeah.
And this, he was like, I've been working for them for years, but I ain't been paid, so I've basically been a hostage this whole time.
So,
but I did not like the way Baxter looked at all. I thought it was dumb. He was like legitimately the size of a fly. You know what I mean? Like where Baxter Stockman in the original cartoon was man size, and you know what I mean.
But pretty much Batman gets defeated by Shredder, leaves him out. While that happened, Batgirl's sights are actually with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She sees them, and they're fighting the Penguin during the time. And that was a fun interacting because Mikey was like fascinated by his umbrella.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, he's a fellow swordman."
Yeah.
No, that was cool. I like that scene. I think the Penguin played a very good role in this because he was basically subcontracted out to go and find this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing I like about Shredder is that Shredder looked like Shredder.
Yeah, he was pretty badass. You know one thing that was really dope about the first scene with Shredder is that he floated inside.
Yeah, he did that. Yo, bro, hell yes. He did the 1989 movie The Float Down.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking dope. I was like,
that was epic because it was like a nod to the movie. You know what I mean? It's like, I am that Shredder. He is Arugusaki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which he trained. I read something recently that he trained Yamato.
Yeah.
He taught Yamato everything he knows.
Usagi?
No, Yamato Squishy.
Yamato Squishy.
You guys don't know nothing about that.
So in this pretty much movie, the Turtles are kind of looking for Batman because they think they're working. He's working for the Shredder, and then Batman's looking for the Turtles because he thinks he's working for the Shredder as well.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the first altercation between the Turtles and Batman was awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Batman washed the floor with them, bro.
Yeah.
Like with ease. Like it wasn't even hard. You know what I mean? And Batman, I mean, he's a skilled fighter, but that's not really his thing. His key is detective. You know what I mean? That's where his.
He's a master of martial arts too. Like he's a big mix of both. Like he studied from like especially if you go to Batman the animated series. Batman studied like ninjutsu and a bunch of other shit for many years before even donning the suit as Batman.
Yeah, no, it's just like with the Turtles are very fast paced, jumping around. Well, Batman's very just in place.
But
you know
Turtles
what I mean?
are still kids.
Well, yeah, I get that. So like when Batman went up against Shredder, that was more of a thing, but Shredder did get the upper hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Batman got his licks in, but Shredder whooped his ass. It was crazy to see that too.
Yeah.
You don't really see that too often.
He got that pressure point to the chest.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. Dome, and he flew across the wall to the back and hit into the pipe and shit.
So after reaching Batman and his reported location, Donatello manages to lead the Turtles into the Batcave. That was actually pretty dope too.
That was to me was one of the best scenes ever.
Yeah. Because
it showed that Donatello is on Batman's like intellectual detectiveness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his techingness. Literally, he narrowed down where this place could possibly be. He did all the Batman sightings, and he narrowed it down to this one place. And them being turtles, being or amphibious, as they put it.
Yeah.
In this scene, they swim through like tunnels and into the cracks into the Batcave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which one thing I didn't get about the Batcave? What the hell was up with that Tyrannosaurus Rex?
He always had that in there.
Oh my god, I can't stand that.
Yo,
shit,
that
bro.
and the big ass penny. He always has that in the fucking.
I remember the big ass penny, but that fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex, I just never got it. Never got it.
But one of my favorite things was Mikey's fucking reaction to the Batcave too. Fucking jumping on the dinosaur wearing a bat suit and If you actually look at the toy figures, they actually had that Mikey as a figure.
Yeah, with the bat hat or the bat
the crown
helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, this is the greatest day of my life, which is so Michelangelo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love the Turtles. I thought the Turtles were awesome. My only beef with the Turtles is the way they look. Like, Donatello looked like Slender Man.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest gripe is the Turtles designs as well. Like Raph, you know who Raph looked like? Raph looked like the dude from Sin City.
Yeah,
the Mickey Rourke character.
Yeah, I was just thinking of his name. Yeah, the Mickey Rourke character with the. He also sort of looked like Hellboy a little bit without the horns.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was that kind of style. Donatello, yeah, he looked like
Slender Man, bro. He looked like Earthworm Jim with Slender Man.
Yeah, and then Mikey and Mikey Lil kind of had the same design, but like Leo's mouth was more higher than Mikey's. Mikey kind of looked the same. Mikey was the only one that kind of looked like the cartoon.
Well, I mean, they all acted the same. I'm happy that Donatello wasn't like in like the Michael Bay movies where he's so techie. Like this was the this was the Donatello that I know. You know what I mean? Where he's still fun. He was techie, but Donatello was always techie, but he was fun and he was also serious. He had like the attributes of everybody. In a sense, except for Raphael, he wasn't ever an asshole. You know what I mean?
So pretty much, they get into the Batcave. Robin finds them. They get into a scuffle with Robin, and then Batman and Batgirl arrive, and then the Turtles introduce themselves, and pretty much this is where they kind of see where everything is at. They see that they are on the same page, and they're looking for the Foot Clan, and Batman's looking for who they're working for and stuff like that. Then we go into the scene where Shredder and Ra's al Ghul meet.
Yeah, so Ra's al Ghul basically contracted Shredder out to go and do his duties. You know what I mean? To do his evil deeds, so that he wasn't known that he was the one that was behind it, that he was the puppet master.
Yeah, and in exchange, he gets like access to the Lazarus pits and shit.
Which I thought was an awesome, bro. I thought that was genius because that is so Shredder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if Shredder had the Lazarus pit, like come on, he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah. And then the Foot Clan and aid Ra's al Ghul in building a machine that will transform everyone in Gotham City into an insane mutant using the mixture of mutagen and Joker's venom.
Dum.
Ra's al Ghul and Shredder break into Arkham Asylum, giving Joker a canister of mutagen in exchange for the formula of his venom.
See, this was like the first time where you got to see in a while where, you know, everybody's locked up, like Batman did his job. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Batman did his job, and he had them in a specific place where they weren't in like Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this was a different place. Like Joker was like in a vault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was Deadpool. They Deadpooled him. You know what I mean?
The Bat family and the Turtles are alerted of the incident in Arkham by Commissioner Gordon, where they discover the Joker has used the mutagen to transform himself and the inmates into mutated animals. Cobra being Joker, Mr. Freeze turned into a polar bear, Scarecrow was a raven, Two-Face was a two-faced cat, Poison Ivy was a Venus flytrap. Her scene had me fucking laughing too because she couldn't fucking reach them.
She couldn't move.
Bane was a jaguar for some reason, and Harley Quinn was a hyena that looked more like a dog.
Fucking, Mr. Freeze was like a polar bear.
Yeah.
I hated how Harley turned into a dog, man. That pissed me off.
Supposedly it was a hyena, but it looked more like a dog.
Yeah.
It makes sense for the hyena.
I can't, like, this is probably my least favorite thing about the entire movie. Now, don't get me wrong, this movie was fun. It was good. You can't go wrong with DC when it comes to their animated movies. They're just really, really good.
Yeah.
Even though this was more Nickelodeon, but it still had that opening scene for the DC stuff. You know what I mean? So this is part.
And the cool thing also is like it was as violent as what the DC movies usually bring too. Like they had blood. They had some really like.
They severed a dude's head off.
Yeah.
Going in. You know what I mean? Like no, it was very graphic. It was cool. Like Shredder kicked ass. Shredder was the exact Shredder that I grew to love. Ra's al Ghul is Ra's al Ghul. You know what I mean? Like it's very cut and dry with him. His main focus is just to destroy Batman and Gotham, which he thinks that Gotham is just a very corrupted place, which it is. But
the heroes face off against the mutant rogues, but Joker injects Batman with the mutagen venom combination. And he became a vampire bat.
Came Man Bat.
And it was because of the Turtles were rushing in and shit like that, so it kind of it had Batman focusing on them more than the mission itself. So Batman kind of after this, when they kind of save his ass, they go to the Batcave, and Batman kind of like gets mad at them because he had to watch them, and they weren't listening to him.
It's like, yo, if it wasn't for you guys' negligence, that shit would have never fucking happened.
Exactly.
Like, yo, if we're gonna do this, you're gonna do it my way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, like he like we didn't have Splinter in this movie. I don't remember seeing Splinter.
No,
at all.
Splinter was not in it. But like during the, you know what, we kind of missed the little time that they had together in the Batcave when they were all like collectively getting the knowledge and everything like that.
Like Batman was training with Leonardo, and he gave him props. He was like, "You are trained well. Your father trained you well."
But he also this is a key factor to the next part, is the fact that he told him you need to focus. When you focus, you're really good, and when you don't focus, you lackadaisy. You kind of fuck up. You saw
like
Robin.
Don't let your emotions carry you. You know what I mean? Use your knowledge in your ninjutsu to do it. You know what I mean?
You saw Batgirl and Donatello make the mutagen, make the antidote for the mutagen mix. You see them playing around the thing. You see Robin and Rav like, get away from us. Stay away from us. And then Mikey just fucking bugging, messing with Alfred.
Mikey
loved Alfred.
I loved Alfred in this because he was like, I could have made these guys a banquet, a feast, and all they want to do is eat pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but what was sad about it is like you could see like the strictness with Batman and Damian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he didn't let. Now the Turtles was bringing the kid out of Damian a little bit. You know what I mean? And when they're sitting there, goofing off and spilling pizza all over the place and just eating it, like, Batman wouldn't even let him eat a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Which was sad. I mean, Barbara ate pizza.
Yeah. She didn't
Barbara wasn't fucking playing games. She's like, bitch, I'm hungry.
So
Batman doesn't eat. He does intermittent fasting.
After defeating the Joker, the heroes use Batgirl and Donatello's future mutagen to cure Batman. And later in the inmates, but realizing that was a distraction for Shredder and Roger Google's acquired Wayne Enterprises Cloud Cedar. They needed to complete their machine. As Batman recovers in the Batcave, the two teams find out their enemies are launching their machine. At Ace Chemical Plant, Batman initially orders the Turtles to leave Gotham due to their negligence. He was like, go. But Raph had the family talk.
I like the scenes at Ace, man. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It's so like, because they mentioned now we know what world of Joker we're in. We're in the Killing Joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where he falls in the vat of toxic waste and comes out crazily.
Yeah.
Which I thought the ending was a good nod to that. The ending was pretty dope.
But Raph convinces him that they are better off to working together, that they're family. Him and his brother are family, and they always work together, and they are better together. And Batman was like, "No, we are a team." This is the scene I was telling you that Alfred looked like he was looking at Batman. He was like, "Boy, I will slap you if you say that we're just a team."
Like, bitch.
And
I'm here endeavored to serve it. Bitch.
But Raph gives him the brother speech, and it kind of it helped Batman to realize that they are family, and he has a family as his own, and they'll be working together. And this is where Batman becomes a bit more lighter, and they just honestly, this whole scene was pretty cool. You had the Batmobile, you had the Turtle van, you had Robin in the Turtle van, fucking excited because they used the power engine. They're like, "Oh shit, it's going fast!"
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is a
because
really cool scene.
they fell in love with the Batmobile when
Yeah.
the first they were like, "Yo, who the hell is this rich guy?"
Exactly.
And then he swooped in. He was like, "Oh, I guess that's his car." I thought all of that was cool. I just, I got some gripes. I didn't like the way the turtles were. I hated the fact that the villains that we got were turned into animals. I thought that was stupid. I thought it was cool to see Batman turn into Man-Bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because he looked exactly like him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I liked Leonardo when he got hit with Scarecrow's hallucinogenic.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, and it made him like test his senses out. You know what I mean? More and listen to like Batman's teachings. Like Batman was more of the mentor to them in this. You know what I mean? Sort of followed them a little bit while treating Damian like shit. You know what I mean? Like when Michelangelo finally got into the Batmobile and they're fighting, and Batman's like, Michelangelo, touch a button. And he's just like, he touches every button in the Batmobile and just shit just goes off. And then it flashes to Damian. He's like, damn, I always wanted to push the buttons in the Batmobile. He's like, why is the seat so small? And that makes so much sense because every time Batman had a Robin was young.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have a smaller seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I never thought of that when they said that. I was like, oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
I wish they did. I enjoyed the animation of it. I just wish they did it more of the comic, the way the comic looked. Because the turtles look badass in the comic. This one, they just look too.
Or even more closer to what they were looking as in the cartoon at the time, which would be the 2012 series, which they would have been more. They would have been more like some of the shape, but they actually had more of a face and shit.
Yeah, but the Shredder was 89 Shredder from the movie.
Yeah, he was a dope Shredder.
When his mask got knocked off, he had the scars on his face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I really liked that. I liked the mixture of that. You know what I mean? And overall, it was cool.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the final fight, which pretty much they were all in the vehicles. Then you had the two motorcycles come out with Barbara and Raphael, and then you had the fucking Mikey going crazy in the Batmobile. Then you had the turtle van going crazy with everything else, and then you actually had the big fights that Batman was fighting Shredder, Ra's al Ghul was fighting Leonardo. They had a really good scene with Donatello getting his arm broken, and then that was a crazy scene seeing him get his arm broken like that.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. It put a sense of realism. Like, you're not in the world of Ninja Turtles anymore. You're in the world of DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, where shit hits the fan. You know what I mean? Like, you never really seen the turtles really get hurt like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then they go into the machine. The machine starts flying out, and Donatello just gets stuck on it while it starts flying. And then the person that happened to see him flying up was Mikey. And Mikey pretty much destroys the machine with his bare hands.
Well, he judo chopped the shit out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
He did it by any means necessary. One thing I gotta ask you about is that I don't understand. What was with one of Penguin's henchmen? He looked like Krang's suit.
I think that was just an Easter egg.
It was like, but he looked exactly like him.
Yeah.
So why couldn't we had Bebop and Rocksteady, bro? Bebop and Rocksteady in a DC world, that would have been dope. That would have been cool.
I think it's the fact that they wanted.
You could have brought Nightwing into that and had them Nightwing fighting them.
I think like that. I think that was more because they wanted something very similar to each other. So Ra's al Ghul and Shredder makes sense.
Yeah, no, they complemented each other very well.
Yeah, so they didn't really use any of like the interdimensional shit. That was besides the mutant engine. That's the only thing they really used.
Yeah.
So it made sense of the characters they use. Did it lead to a second part? Yes, it looks like there's going to be a part 2 to this, especially with the ending we got. If you wait to the
we got credits. 3 volumes of the story.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting what they do with it. I would like to see another sequel, and I actually liked what they did with this in general. I thought it was a fun movie. But
I thought it was probably the best animated movie besides the the Legacy one.
Yeah.
Because like the 2003 one was alright. I mean, it was good. That was at the beginning of CG.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. The one with the multiple universe Ninja Turtles was amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? And then this was the next animated one after that.
Yeah.
So like this one was good. I enjoyed it very much. It was just those little things, man. I didn't want to see Joker as a fucking he was like Jafar in Aladdin. You know what I mean?
But now, especially with the ending of this movie, they pretty much blow up the machine. The machine comes down. It blows up on Shredder. Shredder falls into the pit, and everyone leaves.
He becomes the laughing man, Shredder.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
It's gonna be interesting for a sequel. The movie ends with the turtles and the turtles and the Bat family all in the Bat cave, and they order pizza for them. And you could tell that Batman is a true New Yorker. He folds his slice.
Yeah, well, man, just the fact that he actually ended up eating a slice of pizza.
I hated the fact that Robin had to look at him and he had to offer it to him. I was like, yo, you fucked up. You denied this kid some pizza.
Like his whole life, he's never had pizza before. What the hell does he feed him? Fucking brown rice and mineral water?
Exactly. What Alfred cooks.
Well, yeah, Alfred's the man, so we can't ever, talk crap about him. So.
But after a while, you're going to get tired of Alfred's cooking. Like, man, I'm tired of fucking chicken and...
I just didn't like how the Batcave was under Wayne... wasn't it under Wayne Enterprise?
Yeah, it's under Wayne Manor. You know what? They didn't really show the manor.
Pretty sure it was under Wayne Enterprise.
Yeah?
Because when they found out that it was Bruce Wayne, they're like, oh, it makes sense. We're under Wayne.
If they said it, then it most likely is under Wayne Enterprises. I know Batman has like a few like little mini caves throughout the city, but I know the one big Bat cave that was pretty much what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the main one because you see the big penny. Wherever the big penny's at, that's the main Bat cave. You can't just move that penny.
Nah, well, the Tyrannosaurus Rex was just too much.
I want to know how he got the penny in there.
The Batcopter.
Yeah, that's true.
He probably safety strapped it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's neither here or there.
Overall,
it definitely had a Brave and a Bold kind of feel, though. You know what I mean?
It was more cartoony. It was more it had more of a sense of humor than what a regular Batman movie would show, or a Batman animated series would show. It had more heart in that sense too with the turtles. So I give this credit. I actually really enjoyed this movie. It was actually
I did too. I mean, the little things that bugged me didn't overpower it. You know what I mean? It didn't shy away from the fun aspect of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Ra's al Ghul Shredder combination is genius to me because they would complement each other, and they also bumped heads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and as they would, you know what I mean?
I wanted to see them fight.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see who would win that fight, because Shredder was a good opponent for Batman. You know, it took Batman a little while to finally get the upper hand on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he wasn't used to that. I mean, he should have been, because he, I don't know in this world if he was League of Shadows back in the day. You know what I mean? So, because then if he was, then Ra's al Ghul would have trained him, to that.
Yeah.
So, but just imagine Shredder in the Lazarus pit. Man.
Yeah.
I thought that was the goal. That was his goal, was everlasting life.
Yeah.
And to be head of the snake.
And then it's crazy. It's gonna be like, and then now we have like a Shredder Joker, which is gonna be crazy.
The laughing shred.
The laughing shred. The giggle shred.
The shred of laughs.
Other than that, the movie was good. It was fun. It was different, and they actually even have a full storyline, which I'm still trying to finish it up.
Well, I seen them at GameStop a lot. Now
they were a GameStop exclusive.
Now they make sense to me, because I was always like, why does Michelangelo look like? Why is he wearing Batman shit? And why is his combination toy is Damien?
No, his was Alfred.
I thought it was Damien.
No, Raph is Damien. That's the one I'm missing. That's why I'm missing Raph and Damien, and I'm missing Leo and Batman.
All right.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, I'm
miss.
not really too.
Yeah.
I'm not really too savvy in that toy line. So.
I found them because one day I was out and I went to a GameStop and I found the Batgirl Donatello, Mikey and Alfred, and Shredder and Ra's al Ghul, and they were all like $10 each. So I grabbed them.
Yeah.
So now they're getting harder to find.
I remember going to Think Geek and they had them all.
Yeah, they were pretty dope. Yeah, same thing, GameStop. But yeah, they had a little toy line. They had the Batman Mikey being it was a Comic-Con exclusive, and then they wound up being in a GameStop exclusive as well. It was cool stuff. I actually enjoyed this movie. It was a fun watch. This is our final movie. Shell Shock. Our next cast.
Well, I would like to go back and redo the first one.
Well, technically, this is our last movie. We are going to do a remake of the first one. We're going to recast that one and make it as best as we can. We are going to go review the concert.
Yes, that's the next one.
It's going to be fun. And then we will start our road into the cartoons.
Which would be dope. After all of we saturate up all the turtles, I feel like we should go into the Batman world.
We'll see.
There's a lot of Batman stuff, bro.
Yeah, but that's a different cast. It's not Shell Shock.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, there's a lot of Batman shit. A lot of Batman shit.
That'd be like the length of the Morphin cast right there, years.
I think it'll be bigger. It'll be bigger. There's always something to Batman. Well, you have 100 years. You have almost 100 years of Batman.
Yeah, that's if we didn't do like the comics and stuff like that.
Even the cartoon and TV show. You have it into the 60s.
They have like 40 movies. all the the Justice League movies and stuff. That's all Batman. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You have the 60 TV show. You have the Scooby Doo team up. You have.
I would love to watch the 66 show, bro. I would love to dive down into that.
I do have the DVDs of those.
I only have the first season of Ninja Turtles, and I have the first and second season of the animated series Batman.
We'll see where we go from here, cause
that's I'm just spitballing an idea that I had real quick.
But right now, movie rankings. What review you'll give this movie? Verdict you give this movie?
Out of 5, I give it a 3.8, close to 4. I'd probably give it a 4. It's not bad.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
It's just my little gripes. I just didn't like the way the turtles looked, and I didn't like the fact that Bane and all of them and Harley, they turned to animals. I just thought that was dumb.
Okay. So
that's really it.
So we have a little ranking so far. So my number 1 will be the original Turtles. That's going to be number 1.
Oh yeah, I'm right there. I'm pretty sure our rankings are probably going to be really close.
This is my ranking. You might have the same one. I'm not sure. I have Turtles 2 as number 2.
Turtles 2 is definitely number 2 to me.
I actually was feeling Turtles Forever to be number 2, but I'll give Turtles 2 number 2.
Turtles Forever is 3.
Turtles Forever is 3. Batman Turtles.
Then it's
4.
this one.
Then it's Out of the Shadows 5. I like the Out of the Shadows.
I just love the fact that I don't even ever want to mention the Michael Bay movies again.
TMNT is number 6. I have the Michael Bay first one 7 and Turtles 3 8.
I choose Turtle 3 over the first Michael Bay movie.
Okay, I could agree with that.
You know what I mean? Just the fact that Corey Feldman came back as Donatello, and we had somewhat of live action suits. I mean, they are live action, so I can't say somewhat.
Yeah.
It's just the suits were just corny. They looked very Sabanish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. So.
We also got to dive down into this. I can't wait to go through the Saban series.
Saban series. Oh God, that's gonna be a tough one.
Venus.
Venus.
The turtle with boobs.
The one thing one thing I will say about Venus, if written or done by someone else, I think they could really resurrect that character if it was written better and maybe in the comic book bring her in, because they actually brought in their own. They have a female turtle now named Jamaica, which she's like the yellow turtle, and she has like Wolverine claws and shit.
They can do a female turtle squad.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie was fun. Definitely check it out. It's a fun movie. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I agree. Go and read the comic out.
There's
go get the trades.
3 volumes of Batman versus Batman Ninja Turtles, and then there's a Batman Adventures with Ninja Turtles, which is based on the animated series teaming up with the cartoon series of Ninja Turtles.
They should make a movie of that. That would be dope.
That would be dope, especially with the Batman animated series art. I would love that.
Yeah, with that art, hell yeah, bro. Yeah. You'd make it like the Sub-Zero movie or something like that. Like that feel and that look would be dope. It would be so cool.
There's a lot of future episodes that we have for our Shell Shock. I think our next cast will probably be the concert and the Turtles 1 movie. So we can redo that, get that on, and
I think we owe it to our listeners to redo that one. You know what I mean?
So we will do that. I think we'll do that next. That'll be the next cast, and then we'll go. And then honestly, we can probably knock out 2 Shell Shocks that week.
Yeah, because I could do verbatim the original movie right now if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to watch it, even though I'm gonna go and watch it again. It just gives me a reason to do it.
Yeah, I watch the movie all the time. Even if it's on TV, I stay on watch. I stay and finish it. But even if it's on, if I see it on a new streaming service, I always watch it. But yeah, check this movie out. It's a DC one. Definitely check it out.
It would be on what? It should be on HBO Max soon.
Actually, yeah, probably soon. It's not on it now. I watched it.
Yeah, no, it's not out now. I had to watch it through cinema.
Yeah, same here. So, no, I actually had the DVD of it. I watched it on the Blu-ray of it. So
yeah, go to Walmart and Target and pick that up.
Yeah. So so see you for the next cast. We'll be doing we'll be remaking the first cast, and then we also be doing the concert. I'm actually looking forward to the concert because
me too. Because that's that's my childhood right there. That damn concert.
Yeah. So I guess we'll wrap this up. We keep the short and sweet.
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought it was straight to the point. That was a real review right there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So follow. This is the Shell Shock podcast. Follow us on all social medias. You can follow on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV, all Mark with the Mic. Follow the Facebook pages, the Wrestling Inc. and the Wrestling Bible pages. We are very active on there. Follow Red Cyclo Inc. on all the same things on the Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and WordPress. They have a WordPress. It has all the links below. Follow Tenacious T.
Yeah, you can follow me out on Twitter at Tenacious TRC Inc. You can also follow me on my own personal Instagram at T_DA_tots. That's TOTS. Yeah, those are my only 2 outlets that you can get in contact with me. Or you just come on to Red Cyclone Inc.'s Facebook page, and I'm very active on that, posting and reposting and spreading the geek lore of our pop culture that we grew up loving. Always a shout out to Game On, a retro video game store based out on Long Island, located in 2 locations of Smithtown and Miller Place. Supplying you with all your retro video game needs from the very first consoles to nowadays consoles, sort of dibbling and dabbling in that. Handhelds, toys, they even got walk-and-talks, bro. It's pretty cool. You can go in there, you don't even have to buy nothing. You can just shoot the shit, talk video games, play video games. It's just an atmosphere where it's just free and you can be a kid again. Shout out to Tristan, who is a beacon of society to me, because he's just such a good dude and he does so much more than what he has to do. He's not one of those greedy owners. He actually cares about what he's doing. Good. So always a shout out to him.
Yep. Shout out to the Max. He's a avid listener of our team, especially the Shell Shock, but he also listens to the other cast. He also has been on our cast before, so basically shout outs to him. Shout outs to my brothers in Red Cyclone Ring. Mike, our producer, pretty much he's the ones that makes the podcast sound pretty. Definitely shout out.
Shout out to my boy Jerry. You can follow him on Mind of an Artist on Instagram. He's a very big avid lover of Ninja Turtles, and he's coming out with his clothing line of Drugs and Demons, which he's a very talented artist. So go and check him out. Drop him a line. Follow him. He'll definitely greatly appreciate it.
And you can also follow him in Grand Central. Just like creep up on him and eat a donut.
You can't miss him.
Yeah.
You trust me. You walk through Grand Central, you'll see him.
He probably creep on you as much as you creep on him.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Peace out, laters, and always remember, fuck Zordon.
Fuck Zordon, you piece of shit.